Thanks, James. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Mother's Day and welcome back to number 10 Napier Close in this very quiet cul-de-sac of Wantirna. On behalf of the two selling agents, James Dong and Jerry Zhu, proudly representing the team from One Agency here locally in Wantirna. Thank you so much for your attendance, and we are looking forward to receiving your bids for this modern contemporary style low set brick and tile house. As you can all appreciate, we are amongst a myriad of amenities, transport options, absolutely close to everything. But the main thing is here today is that the reserve price that our vendors have set is very much in line with where you potential buyers do see value. So bid confidently here this afternoon. Our vendors are very keen to see the property sell under the hammer, and they have certainly set instructions in line with where you as a buyer unconditionally do see value. We are selling the property subject to Victorian auction conditions here this afternoon, which simply do state that the auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit the auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for the property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a very reasonable and realistic reserve price, and as the auctioneer I will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, major disruptions by bidders and bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding. It does provide fines for this conduct. The rules do permit vendor bids, and the words that I will use during the call of the auction to indicate that I am making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. Now inside the house there on the kitchen bench, the contract of sale and vendor statement section 32 has been on display for your perusal here this afternoon and throughout the course of the entire auction program. It has been prepared by the vendor's solicitor. It is a very easy document to read through and understand. That is the document that once you have purchased this house here this afternoon, that you'll then immediately after the auction be hanging around and literally autographing, executing that contract of sale as the purchaser. Being that it is an auction, it is being sold unconditionally. 10% is your deposit. The settlement date is fixed for the 18th of August 2017, a bit over 90 days from today's date. Now the contract of sale section 32 after that is annexed to that contract does summarise all of the outgoings applicable to this property and all of the services applicable to this property. It is being sold on an as is where is basis. It is being sold with vacant possession. It is unconditional, so therefore that is the contract neatly summarised, and as I said, that's the document that once you've purchased here this afternoon that you'll then be executing as the purchaser. And why would you not want to? When you have a look at this property here this afternoon, if you've been studying values in and around this local area of Wantirna, no doubt you are very appreciative that this area really has seen an upward surge of capital growth in the last several years. And when you have a look at all of the locational attributes that this area has to offer, well, that really then does underpin that demand that has underpinned that capital growth in this area. The actual home itself, it is anchored on a large allotment, some 815 square metres of prime residential land, as you can all appreciate, in this very, very quiet cul-de-sac. Modern living, all on the one level. It is contemporary, but most importantly, it is actually quite low maintenance, and it does provide you, the buyer here this afternoon, with just enough scope and opportunity to inject your own taste and style into this property. We are close to absolutely everything that this area has to offer, no matter how good, bad or indifferent the market is, no matter how low or high or in between interest rates are. Good real estate in a location like this will always stand you, the buyer, in good stead. I know that most of you are taking a very long-term perspective with this property and do see it as your place of residence. Take note, because you know what, over time it will always take care of itself in an area like this. Bidders, buyers, you've seen the property, you've got your own estimations as to where you feel this property's value does sit. We've got a great reserve price here this afternoon, but best of all, being that it is Mother's Day, the first bidder is going to get a complimentary bottle of champagne. Even just that added bit of Mother's Day charm for you. So bidders, buyers, an opening bid on offer, what's it worth in your own opinion here this afternoon? A fair and reasonable place to start. We don't want too low a bid just to get the bottle of champagne, Jerry. Won't call out a figure, buyers. I'll leave it yourselves. Where do you see value? Let's see how we go. Won't call out the figure. Who wants that bottle of champagne? Maybe I should put in a bid, Jerry. Opening bidder and offer, start me away. I want you to have it, not me. I don't want to call in a seller's bid. Pardon? 800, sir. Welcome to the bidding and set. Thank you very much. 800,000. And away we go at $800,000. There's a start. A place to rise it up from there at $800,000, and away we go at $800,000. And I look to see a nice, easy 20 on the rise and call it back into your favour. If you like at 820, 800's there directly in front at $800,000. Is there any further rise in advance on an unconditional basis here this afternoon? Bids right in front. It's at $800,000. Any further rise to call it back into your favour? Eight's the call at $800,000. I'll call it down. 3 chances. Bids there directly in front on the first bidder. $800,000. First in your favour. Unconditionally bid at $800,000 now. Second time of call at $800,000 now. Third, final, any further rise in advance on an unconditional basis here this afternoon at $800,000. I'm just going to call in a vendor bid, Jerry, just to keep us moving that little bit more forward. $820,000, just in advance of your opening bid there of $800,000. I'd encourage you to come back into the bidding at $840 or indeed at $850,000. $800 is now betted on a vendor bid just to get us a little bit closer to where we need to be. $820 vendor bid now. It's at $820,000. Any further rise and advance to call it back into your figure now. $840. 20 seems to be the pattern at this point in time. 800, it's now at 820. Call it back into your favour. 840 and giving you a chance to buy. Bids now, it's at $820,000. Could we say 840 or 850? 820's the bid. Vendor bid at that. It's at $820,000. Here we go. Let's call it again. Bids now at $820,000. The old saying in property, to buy it, just need to put in a bid. Can only encourage you, point out the salient features. Great reserve price here this afternoon, $820. It's on a vendor bid in advance of the opening bid of $800,000. $820's the call at $820,000. Okay, calling it. Another 3 chances on the first. Bids now at $820,000 against yours on the first, looking directly in front. If there's any further bid out there, just call it out, sing it out, and I'll take it up from there. Bids at $820,000 now. Second time of call. $820,000. Third, final, it's a seller bid, vendor bid at $820. Sir, can I encourage you back into the bidding at $840? $840? $830, sure, okay, $830,000 back into your favour. $830's the bid. It's $830,000 now. On a $10,000 rise and increase, $830 the bid. At $830,000 now, call it back. On another 10 or 20 if you like. Bids at $840 or $850 to call it back into your favour. $830's right in front at $830,000. Sir, back into your favour now. $830's the call at $830,000 on a $10,000 rise. Call it back into your favour. Another 10 is all right if you like. At $840 or $850. Bids now. $830's the bid. It's $830,000. Bid now unconditionally. $830's the call at $830,000. Bids there now. $830's the bid at $830,000 there on the first bid. No second bidder thus far. Only the one at $830,000. First into your favour. Directly in front. It's at $830,000 now. Second time of call. Call it back into your favour, $840 or $850,000. Bids directly in front at $830,000 now. Third, final, are we sure? Done. $850, seller bid, still under where we've had offers prior to auction here today. Vendor bid at $850,000. I'd encourage you back into the bidding at $860 or $870. Vendor bid at $850,000. Very much in line with where we have had offers prior to auction. You've seen the comps. Literally one directly beside us here now. Sold 2 weeks ago. It's at $850,000. Vendor bid. $850's the call. At $850,000. Call it back into your favour. At $850's the bid now. $850, $860 or $70 to call it back into your favour. $850's the call. At $850,000. Is there any further rise in advance? Can we call it back into your favour there directly in front on the first bidder? Just the one with me thus far. It's at $850,000 against vendor bid. $850's the call. It's at $850,000. Once again, we'll call it. $850's the bid. First, come back in at $860 or $870 now. Second time of call. Give you a chance to think about it. Pause, reflect. I'll go quiet for a bit. $850 now. Third, final call. Can we encourage you back into the bidding at $860 or $870 to give you a chance to buy this 4-bedroom home, low set, brick, Tile, great location, well and truly in line with where value sits, with where comparable sales have transacted in the area. 850 vendor bid. Call it back at 860, 870. $60, sir. Well and truly worth it. 50, 850 vendor bid. 860 to call it back into your favour. Give yourself a chance to purchase. 850. Once again calling it first, second. Bids at 850,000 now. Third, final call. Calling it back in on a vendor bid, 870,000 now, just to get us a bit closer to where we need to be. 870,000 is on a vendor bid. That's me done on behalf of the seller here this afternoon. 870 is the call at $870,000 now, vendor bid. I'm going to platform it there. I'm going to leave it to you buyers. Let's see an offer above that here this afternoon. $870,000 vendor bid. Call it back into your favour now at 880 or 890. 870 vendor bid. That's me done on their behalf. Bids now at 870,000. Sir, can we call it back into your favour at 880,000 or 890 to get us a little bit closer to where we need to be? Bids now 870 the call at 870,000. You heard me. I'm done on their behalf. 870 is the platform point. Let's call it up on bids there and above. Bids now at $870,000. 870 is the bid. $880, back into your favour. Bids now at 880,000. At 880 is the call. 880,000 now, back into your favour. 880 is the bid. At 880,000, back there now. 880 is the call. Can we say 890 or 900? Bids there now at $880,000 in your favour. 880 is the bid. It's at $880,000, a 10 or a 20. Call it back into your favour. 880 is now directly in front. One bidder with me thus far. It's at $880,000. Could we say 10 at 890? 880 is the bid. It's at $880,000 now. 880 is the call. 880,000, sir, giving you a chance to purchase. We'll call it down unless you want to buy here this afternoon. I will need to see a bidder offer from yourself. Otherwise, sir, it's into your favour. It's at 880,000. Let's see how we go. Here we go. Calling it. 3 chances at 880,000 now. First time of call in front. It's at $880,000. Can we say 10? All there. Bids at 880,000 into your favour. Directly in front now. Second time of call. Another 10 at 890, could we say? Bids at 880,000 now. Third, final, it's into your favour at 880,000. Are we sure? Done, finished, it's in there at 880. 890, could we say, or to yourselves? Might just pause the option, Jerry. 880 is the bid. We are under instructions at this point in time. Let's see if we can reach seller instructions. $880,000 is their bid there now. We'll just pause the auction momentarily. It won't take long and see if we can reach seller instructions. 880 is now the high bid. Won't be long, everyone. So everyone, just to update you, we do have an increased offer. We're just now seeing if the highest bidder can now reach our revised reserve price. So just waiting on the result of a phone call, won't be too long. Our bid is actually now at $900,000, still with that gentleman there. Bids now at $900,000. If you are interested, feel free to come in and put in a bid. We are very, very close. Sir, we'll wait for the outcome of your phone call. Let's see how we go. Everyone there, thank you so much for your patience. I know that was quite a lengthy pause. So, sir, confirming your bid is now increased, as written there, at $900,000. We do have a revised reserve price here this afternoon. I will resubmit it to all potential buyers here this afternoon. Otherwise, sir, you do have that first right of refusal with the seller at their revised reserve price. If that's not immediately met, we are then free to deal with any other party here this afternoon on an unconditional or indeed a conditional basis. Bids there now directly in front. It's at $900,000. Can I see any further rise or increase on an unconditional basis? Under option conditions here this afternoon, 910. To call it back in your favour, take a 5. If you like it, 905. It's now at $900,000. We'll call it, resubmit it back to you, but I will call it down on 3 calls. First time at $900,000. Just under instructions now. Second time of call. Bids now at $900,000. Third, final, done. Any further rise in advance above that offer? Okay, sir, first right of refusal to you at the seller's reserve price. Best of luck in buying the house this afternoon. To the rest of you, if you've got an interest, please make it known and have a chat to one of the team from One Agency. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Happy house hunting. Well done.